Hi, my name is Amir. You can find me on Instagram at Carnucopia. Carnucopia was a name that I came up with because it shows my love for cars and the abundance of fun we can have with cars. And then I helped start another auto artisan group called Tuner Theory. And Tuner Theory, also on Instagram, is a collection of enthusiasts who've come together, share a passion for cars and for modifying cars and for making that unique statement. And we work with great industry partners like XPEL. I was a teenager and starting to think about cars and driving. I was a bit of a car geek by then anyway. My whole room was decorated with posters of Lamborghinis and BMWs. But I think that moment where I knew I was going to be a BMW guy happened when my slightly older cousin drives up in an orange E30 M3 with gold BBS wheels. I'll never forget it. It was the most crazy, outlandish BMW I'd ever seen. And I walked out thinking, what was he thinking? And then I end up with the ride of my life. We sit in the car, I buckle in, and he shows me what that car can do. And I remember him saying, one day you'll have an M car. And when I finished my graduate studies, I got out of school, started working, started feeling comfortable about buying a car. And first thing I bought was an E36 four-door M3 manual. And probably this day, one of the most significant buys because everything else has really had to measure up to that car and the way it felt at that age, at that moment of my life. The M2 is a fun new project for me. This one actually came from the factory with some of the modifications that I always like to do. The car is on coilovers, it has the performance exhaust, some weight reduction. My partner of a long time, Brixton Forge, a wheel manufacturer, was great in producing these beautiful CM10 wheels for the car. It really makes the car have a little better stance, a little beefier stance. The car was also fully protected by XPEL stealth wrap. One of the things I can't stand is seeing rock chips on my car. It's just something I couldn't live with. So instead of just covering the front of the car, I wanted to go ahead and cover the entire car. So the M2 being Alpine White, having the stealth film on there really brings out the beauty and the lines of the M2, and it also protects the car. So that was a win-win for me. As someone who enjoys taking photographs of the car, I can tell you there's a great value there in getting that stealth product on a white car. I wanted to also get the best window tint possible. Wanted great UV protection, and I had just learned that XPEL had released a new product called the Prime XR Plus, which also has great IR protection. So you're going to get infrared protection, heat blocking capacity. So when it came time to selecting the right shop to install the XPEL film, I did a little bit of homework and found the sun stoppers. So I called Mike Burke and had a great conversation with him on the phone. He's the owner, and he introduced me to Rob and Gordon, two of the guys that install film at one of his 9 shops. And so impressed with the quality, the people, the communication. And Mike Burke was able to secure me the first film actually on a customer's car in the United States, which was really cool. They assured me they would take great care of the cars, and I got to tell you, the final product is better than expected. I have really enjoyed working with these guys. The product not only looks amazing, but has the best properties of any window tint out there. Also worked with IND, a great partner of mine. IND and RKP have helped with some of the aesthetics on the outside of the car. Love the full carbon GTS style lip that's on the front of the car. It makes a statement. I have a full carbon rear diffuser as well. And then last but not least, Michelin produces best tires in the world, and I have the new PS4S tires for this car, and the grip and performance is absolutely stunning on this car. Love it. So my social media life, if you would, started back in 2014. I was lucky enough to get one of the very first F80 M3s in the United States, and after bringing it home and posting a couple of photos, I realized the social media value of that car was just gold. I started to build that car and I had no social media following at that time except for a personal page. And so I started with almost nothing, and within about a year and a half I had over 100,000 followers on Instagram. Today is about 150,000. That car was known as Beamer on Instagram, and honestly I've never seen such love for a car out there. And it was really tough to sell it, but when the call came and I had an opportunity to buy an M4 GTS, I had to jump on the GTS. First, everyone thought, there's no way anybody's going to touch the GTS, right? I don't know how to own a car without making it mine, so I had to add the touches. Then starting Tuner Theory, a collective of about 22 enthusiasts who have very similar lives on Instagram. They represent different automotive brands, but BMW reigns supreme. Overall, we probably have over 7 million followers collectively. How we got to know each other was through the fact that we would look at each other's pages and see what modifications one of the guys was making. And honestly, that was an awesome driver for us, because I'd say there's no way I'm going to be second to have a product. There's this friendly competition between us, and boy, do we drive each other crazy. It is like I got the XPEL Stealth wrap, and the next day my buddy's got to pick up the new Ultimate Plus wrap, and it's been fun. I mean, I can point to the tint from XPEL on the windows. Having the first customer car, I jokingly put that on my social media account, only to have the guys now say, well, I'm third in the world, or I'm fourth in the world, and with a crying face next to it. I just think it's so much fun to have the guys driving each other. I should say the guys and gals. We are a collective of ladies and gentlemen who want to make sure that our cars are the best in the world. And inside that organization, we really do push each other hard. Love the company of these folks. They're like-minded with the ability to tell a story properly.